Everything in our world vibrates. Your heart, a bee's wings, even the ground beneath your feet. These vibrations are the silent music of existence, a constant rhythm that we often overlook in our daily lives. We live in a symphony of vibrations, most of which we recognize. Birds chirping, trucks rumbling, the gentle rustle of the wind through the trees. These are the familiar notes of our world. But sometimes, a strange note creeps in, a chill down your spine, a sense of being watched, a shadow at the edge of your vision. These moments unsettle us, leaving us questioning the unseen. For centuries, people blamed ghosts, spirits from another realm, for these eerie sensations. Stories and legends grew around these mysterious occurrences. But what if these feelings are triggered by something real? Something physical, yet invisible to the naked eye. Imagine a frequency just below human hearing. Infrasound, often referred to as the ghost frequency. It's a sound we cannot hear, yet it can profoundly affect us. These silent waves can cause fear, dread, even hallucinations, tricking our minds and bodies into believing in the supernatural. Scientists now believe many so-called paranormal events are linked to these low-frequency vibrations, offering a scientific explanation for the unexplainable. Ghost frequencies aren't just curiosities, they reveal how easily our senses can be fooled, showing us the delicate balance between perception and reality. The story of infrasound's spooky power began not in a haunted house, but in a quiet, ordinary laboratory, Lab 2B, where science and the supernatural seemed to collide. In the 1980s, engineer Vic Tandy often worked late in this lab. Staff whispered about feeling watched, and some even claimed to see ghostly figures lurking in the shadows. Tandy, a skeptic, dismissed these stories, until one night he was suddenly gripped by a wave of dread. He saw a shadowy form out of the corner of his eye and spun around, heart pounding, only to find nothing there. The next day, while working at his bench, he noticed something odd. A fencing foil clamped in a vise was vibrating gently, as if moved by an invisible hand. Curious, Tandy investigated and traced the cause to a recently installed industrial fan. It was emitting a low-frequency hum, 18.98 Hz, just below the threshold of human hearing. At around 19 Hz, the human eyeball can actually resonate, distorting vision and making people see fleeting shadows and strange shapes that aren't really there. The mystery was solved. The haunting wasn't caused by ghosts, but by a sound wave that tricked the senses and played with the mind. Tandy's discovery revealed how infrasound, sound below our hearing range, can create ghostly illusions and eerie sensations, explaining many so-called hauntings. Sometimes the scariest things aren't supernatural at all. They're simply physics at work, hidden in the vibrations all around us. In the end, the ghost in Lab 2B was nothing more than a frequency, a phantom conjured by science, not the supernatural. Decades later, in Sandoval County, New Mexico, a journalist named Elias Vance was found dead in his home. No signs of violence, just a mysterious cassette tape. The tape played a deep, unsettling hum and a robotic voice reading numbers. Detectives felt uneasy. One even got sick listening. The autopsy was inconclusive. Vance was healthy, yet died suddenly. The numbers seemed meaningless, and the hum was dismissed as background noise. Detective Maria Reyes, unconvinced, sent the tape for audio analysis. She suspected the hum was more than static. She didn't know it yet, but the tape held the murder weapon, a sound no one could hear. Sometimes, the deadliest clues are hidden in plain sound. Dr. Eris Thorne, a renowned audio forensics expert, meticulously analyzed the mysterious tape and discovered a powerful infrasound signal at 19 Hz, the very same ghost frequency that had been identified years earlier in Tandy's laboratory. This frequency is so low it's below the threshold of human hearing, yet it can have profound effects on the body and mind. Exposure to this infrasound can cause intense nausea, overwhelming anxiety, and in extreme cases, even trigger a heart attack. Victims might feel a sense of dread or panic without ever knowing why, their bodies reacting to a threat they cannot perceive. In this case, the murder weapon wasn't a knife or a gun. It was sound itself, weaponized and invisible. The cryptic numbers on the tape were a clever distraction. The real clue, hidden in plain sight, was the infrasound signature embedded within the recording. Detectives followed the trail of the signal, eventually tracing it to a concealed radio tower, expertly constructed by electronics technician Julian Croft, deep in the desert. When Croft was brought in for questioning, he broke down the moment he heard the tape. He immediately recognized the deadly sound he had engineered. It turned out that Vance, the victim, had been investigating Croft's illegal radio jamming technology, getting dangerously close to exposing his operation. To silence Vance and cover his tracks, Croft unleashed infrasound, leaving behind no physical evidence, no visible wounds, just silence. The case revealed a chilling truth. Sound, when engineered with malicious intent, can be just as lethal as any weapon. Infrasound is a weapon that leaves no fingerprints, no trace for investigators to follow. Just unexplained fear and death. The ghost in this story wasn't a person, but a frequency, carefully engineered for harm, lurking just beyond the edge of human perception. Sometimes the most dangerous threats are the ones we can't see or hear, hidden in the silence, waiting to strike. Infrasound, sound below 20 Hz, can't be heard, but it can be felt. It travels far, passing through walls and bodies, shaking us without a sound. At around 19 Hz, it matches the resonant frequency of the human eyeball, causing visual distortions, shadows, flickers, ghostly shapes. It's a physical trick, not imagination. Infrasound also triggers anxiety, fear, and chills, mimicking our body's danger signals. Our fight-or-flight response is fooled by these invisible waves. Militaries have researched infrasound as a non-lethal weapon. The Sandoval County case proved it can be deadly. Infrasound is real, powerful, and invisible, a ghost in the air. The science of the spook is stranger than fiction. Infrasound explains many supernatural experiences, ghostly figures, chills, dread. Science has revealed one ghost, a trick of frequency and vibration. But the world remains mysterious. The air is full of hidden signals and energies. Our senses are limited, easily fooled by what we can't perceive. If a silent sound can create a haunting, what else is out there, just beyond our hearing? The air is crowded with secrets, waiting to be discovered. What other ghosts hum in the frequencies we cannot hear?